Hello, good afternoon. This is David Soto talking to you, and today is my weekly trade predictions for the upcoming trading week of September 6th through September 10th, 2021. All right, and it feels kind of funny talking about September already. My God, and where's time flying? But what I'm going to do here is I will look at all the major forex currency pairs on a 30-minute time frame, and then I will compare that to higher time frames such as the 4-hour, daily, and weekly charts. Okay, and based on my experience, I will try to give you my analysis of what I think is going to happen this coming week. Okay, so looking back this past week, okay, we saw some very interesting movements. The US dollar is pretty much in a flat range of market, which typically signifies it's going to be a reversal, but not always. While the euro, Great British pound, Australian dollar, all those retreated, well, had a pullback. Okay, they shot up. Okay, as you see right here on the chart right now, I have Euro USD pulled up on the chart right here. Okay, and what we see here is that the price went up, right, and kind of plateaued. Okay, now I said this is a pullback because the long-term trend is bearish. Okay, it's going to be going down long term. So it shot back up some this week. So we will call that a pullback. Now, if we look at the 4-hour chart, we can see that this pullback actually has been going on for the last 2 weeks or more. Okay, so now, as I kind of predicted last week, we hit a pretty strong level of resistance. Will it go up more? I don't think so. Okay, I think this is kind of like the rock bottom or the rock top in this case. Now the thing is, the daily chart shows to go up still. Okay, that's a slight problem. Now the only thing is, if we mark, and I already showed you this last week, but if we mark this, look, boom, this is exactly what I was looking for last week. So now we got it this week. We got a perfect top. Okay, right here, perfect resistance. I just my personal feeling based on what I've seen in the past. Okay, it's kind of like my gut feeling. I don't think this is going to break. Okay, now, I could be totally wrong. If we look in the past, okay, I'm looking for 2 arrows, particularly blue, that were like this right here. Okay, this right here, this blue arrow was followed by a lower blue arrow. No, it wasn't. No, I see a red arrow followed by a lower, but that's not what I'm looking for. Oh, there we go, right here. Sorry. Hello. Okay, we got a blue arrow followed by a lower blue arrow. Okay, so it is very possible. Okay, don't see any others. That's a blue red arrow. Okay, so anyhow, it is possible. Okay, my point is, it is possible to have a blue arrow followed by a lower blue arrow. We don't know. Okay, so this is on the daily chart. The weekly chart shows to go down. Okay, so the long-term aspect of this is bearish. Okay, it should be dropping. Okay, that is the long-term aspect. Now, right now, it could go up because the daily chart shows to buy. So yes, it is very possible that it could break this green line and we could go up a lot higher. Okay, how high? Well, considering the long-term trend is bearish and it's going to be going down, I don't think we're going to see like a big gain right now. US dollars should be picking up speed here very shortly. If this breaks, okay, the next level of resistance is right here. Okay, we can see that clearly right there. Okay, now I could technically bring this up a little bit to right here where you have this blue arrow for support. Okay, we can mark that as a resistance also. Okay, you had a resistance in here in the past, so it was a resistance and a support in the past as well. Okay, so anyhow, right in there, you know, that's right here is like almost touching that resistance anyways. So that's a zone, if you will. So if it breaks this, that's where it's going to go, but I personally don't think so. So what do we do this week for trade wise? Okay, well, if you look here on the 30-minute chart, it's already showing the sell. 1 hour shows the sell, so it's definitely dropping right now. Okay, so with this being the Euro USD, I would definitely wait until at least the London session on Monday, just like I always say, before you place a trade. But yes, I would sell this, and then what's going to happen this week, since we hit this strong resistance, is you're going to see pretty much a flat range of market this week. It might break, I don't know. Okay, I'm not a fortune teller, because I just don't think it. I don't feel that it will break that resistance, although it is possible. But I do feel very, very strongly that we're going to see a flat range of market this week. So that's good news. Okay, you can both buy and sell using a 30-minute time frame. Okay, now I know last week I said you could buy and sell, but to be safer, I also said to buy only. Okay, which you can see here, we definitely had an uptrend, and if you were to buy only using the blue arrows, you would have more profit versus selling. Okay, I hope you realize that. Okay, when you have an uptrend, you need to focus on buying only using a 30-minute time frame. But now we're getting ready to go into a downtrend. Okay, so we're not technically in a downtrend yet, but we're getting there. Okay, so probably this week going into next week, we should be able to start selling only. Okay, but for this week, I feel very strongly that you'll be safe both buy and sell. We should see mostly a flat range market going across the top where this green line is here. Okay, now moving on to Gdp Usd. Okay, again we see where the price ended higher than where it began, so this was again a pullback. Okay, the price shot up. I say pullback because the long-term trend is bearish. If you look here on the 4-hour chart, again we did the exact same thing. Okay, we had a strong level of resistance. Okay, and oops, let me bring this up slightly, right about here. Okay, and you see that right here, there's a resistance here on this red arrow, resistance here, resistance there, and then also there's kind of a support here, support zone, resistance. So this is a strong area of support and resistance that has occurred many times in the past. So with that in mind, I feel very strongly that yes, this will be going down. We've had this big long uptrend for the last couple of weeks, and now it's finally coming back down. If you look at the daily chart, okay, again we show to buy. If this resistance right here, the green line, if that green line breaks, okay, if it goes above that green line, the price, then where is it going to go? Well, it'll go right here. Okay, we have a resistance right here as well. Basically the same thing we're looking at now, just at another level. Okay, so like going in an elevator, okay, you have different levels in a hotel or apartment complex. So we are just going up the different floors in the elevator, and this is not the top, but probably let me say the 10th floor or something. And I know that sounds stupid, but anyhow, that is my analogy. Okay, so where the price is right now, we had a pretty strong resistance. I'm going to bring this green line back down to here just so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, now I do feel very strongly this will be going back down. That's going to happen in the next couple weeks. Okay, if we look at the weekly chart, we see that the long-term trend is bearish. Okay, as I've been saying for the last couple of weeks, that this will be dropping long term. Okay, so the daily chart shows the buy. There is a chance that it'll go up, but right now it looks like it's going to be going down. The daily 1 hour shows the drop, 30 minutes shows the drop. So again, wait till the London session, just see what the market is doing on Monday, and then place your sell trade, close it when you get the next opposite blue arrow, and then repeat that process. Buy on the blue, sell on the red, but close the trade on each opposite color. Okay, and when you get a fresh signal, okay, wait a few hours. Just make sure the indicator does not repaint before you place your trade. Okay, I hope that makes sense. All right, so but yes, you can both buy and sell this week, because I think we're going to see probably more of a flat range of market this week. Okay, and that's going to be the same here for AUD USD that we're looking at now. Australian dollar versus the US dollar. We see a very, very similar pattern where the price shot up this past week. Again, that's like a pullback because the long-term trend is bearish. Okay, the 4-hour chart shows that it gained quite a bit, but now we're at a pretty strong level of resistance. The daily chart shows to go up still. The weekly chart shows to drop. Now, I don't know. I have a funny feeling that this one's going to go higher. Okay, I don't know why. Because we had such a strong uptrend. Okay, and we do not have a red arrow on the daily chart. Okay, see it. The problem is the 4-hour shows to sell. So, and it is very, very possible. Any of these charts that I showed you, it's possible to have an arrow followed by another arrow of the same color. Okay, if you look in the past, we had 3 blue arrows in a row. Okay, I'm trying to look at red arrows going up. Oh, here, this one, red arrow followed by a higher red arrow. Oh my God, that's not good. Okay, but it happens, unfortunately. So we could have a red arrow followed by a higher red arrow. I don't know. Very, very possible. But the thing is, the long-term trend is bullish. I mean bearish. So the long-term trend is bearish. If we look at the monthly shows to buy. Okay. So the longer term trend is bullish. All right, because it's going to go up. But you see, when you see monthly chart, okay, we're talking about this arrow came in like 2010 time frame, and the next arrow came in like 2019. Took 9 years. That's a long time. I don't want to wait that long. Okay, but yes, you would have a massive profit, you know, keep it that way. But wow, that's crazy. Okay, so anyhow, I like to stick with like the 4-hour daily charts to kind of get an idea of what the market is doing on a day-to-day basis, or like this coming week concept. The weekly chart does give you a long-term aspect of the market in terms of what's going to happen over the next 6 months. Okay, because it takes typically 6 months to a year between arrows, sometimes longer, but you know, 6 months to a year from one arrow to the next. So we're already, this red arrow came in back in April, so we're already in September. So you know, we still got a ways to go before we see another blue arrow. I wouldn't be surprised if we had another 6 months, but it's going to be headed down. In the short term, I think it's going to go up. Okay, I just got that feeling. Okay, so here's the deal: the 4-hour shows a sell right now, and it's going to drop some, but I don't know. I could be totally wrong, but I just got this funny feeling, simply because see this red arrow here and this red arrow. This red arrow here is higher than this one, meaning it broke this level of resistance. If I can mark it for you, you can understand. Okay, there's a resistance right here, but now we broke and formed a support. You see that? If I zoom in, you can see it better. Okay, it broke a resistance and now is a support. Okay, now it could bob up and down on that support resistance line. Very possible. It happens all the time, and it could go back down more. Okay, we've had in the past where it broke the support, came back up, and then went down more. So you could do the same here. Okay, it could break the resistance and come back down. I don't know. Okay, I'm not a fortune teller. Okay, I'm just telling you what's very, very possible, very, very likely. And to me, I think this is going to go up even more because the daily chart shows to buy. Now, how high will it go? Okay, it's already starting to break, and it's not going to go up real high. But if you look right here, we have a strong resistance right there. Okay, and that would be like the most feasible place for that to go. Now that's a pretty big gain. This is on a daily chart, so if you look here, you're looking about a 1,500 point gain. That's a pretty big gain. Okay, and that's not going to happen in a week because the forex market lately has been really slow, very sluggish. So we're not looking at huge gains right now to be made. But I don't know. Thing is, what's going to happen this week? That is the magic question. Okay, so we broke this. I think it's going to, we're going to have mostly a flat range of market with a slight uptrend. Okay, that is my story, and I'm sticking to it. So right now, look at this. The 30-minute chart shows the sell, but it's not really going down, is it? Wow. So yes, it might break this support resistance right here a little bit, and that's okay, but I don't know. It's not looking good for the home team as far as placing a sell trade right now. So well, this is Australian dollar. At least wait until the London session on Monday, maybe even the US session, just to see what the market is doing. If you want to place a sell trade, you can, but look at this. Get a sell trade followed by a higher red arrow. Okay, sell signal, sell signal, sell signal. 3 red arrows in a row, but it's still going up. Okay, now I did stress last week that you could focus on buying only because the market was bullish. Okay, the market is still technically bullish. Okay, so as long as that daily chart is showing the buy, it's still going to be an uptrend. If you get your trend line tool right here and mark this support going up, okay, that is your support line. If the price or these candles drop below that, we're going to be going into a downtrend. Okay, you can see it a little clearer on the 4-hour chart like this. Okay, I have to redraw it slightly, but anyhow, you get the idea, right? Just like that. And we're looking for is the price to drop below that support line before we go to a downtrend. So technically we're still in an uptrend. So keep your charts on a 30-minute time frame and focus on buying only, just to be safe. Now let's look at USD Chf. I already told you in the beginning that the US dollar is pretty much in a flat range of market, which you can see here clearly. Okay, now the price did end slightly higher than where it began, but overall, you know, a lot of ups and downs. A scenario like this is excellent to trade on a 30-minute time frame when you're in a flat range of market, and it's excellent to buy and sell. Okay, now when you're uptrend or downtrend, you need to focus on buying or selling one or the other, and that always gets to be a little bit difficult in the trading world. That's where experience comes in, and you need to be able to identify uptrends and downtrends, both long term and short term. Okay, but right now this is a perfect setup, okay, to buy and sell. Right now it says to buy, and I think it is actually a good time to buy. If you look here in the 4-hour chart, okay, it shows the sell. Okay, now it's been showing the sell for quite a while now, pretty much the whole month of August, but I don't know why it hasn't formed a red arrow yet. Kind of interesting. If we mark this support here, okay, that is where we're looking for a blue arrow to form, showing you to buy. Now if you look at the daily chart, it shows it could go much lower, which is right here. I just don't think it's going to go that low. Okay, it's very interesting. The thing is, the weekly chart shows the buy, so we know long term it's going to go up. Okay, we know that. The monthly chart shows the sell, but I don't know about that. This is kind of strange, but anyhow, I'm not worried so much about the monthly chart. That's years out. But for right now, the daily showing to sell, the 4 hour showing to sell. So what's going to happen this week? Well, we're going to see more of a range of market with a slight downtrend. Okay, check this out. I don't know why, but we have a point here and we have a point there. Okay, these are markers in the Forex world. Okay, so 30 minutes shows the buy right now. Okay, because the 1 hour shows the sell, but 30 minutes shows the buy right now. And what's going to happen is, excuse me, my nose is itching. Price is going to shoot up. Price is going to shoot up and hit this line. Okay, or come close to it. So be on the lookout for that. But overall, it's going to be going down. I think the price will end lower than where it began. We're at 0.91396, so it's about 0.91400, right? Close to, and it's probably going to drop down to about 0.91, say 200. So you're only looking at about a 200 point drop for the week, which is nothing. That's just my analysis. And you see that this past week the price gained about 240 points also. So again, the Forex market has been very slow. Okay, it's not a big money maker right now. Okay, but you do have a lot of good and buy sell opportunities. You know, both buy and sell. That's how you make your money. Okay, you buy on one, sell on the other. So right now, it's going to be interesting. I would say you can both buy and sell. Okay, using the 30-minute time frame. It's going to be interesting how this plays out. I think the price is going to be headed down because the 4 hour shows to sell. And we're looking for the price to head down to this support here. Okay, we got this support down here, this support here. That is where we're looking for the price to head. Okay, probably by next week. Okay, now there's supposed to be some more stimulus money coming out in the month of September, I don't know, or October. Okay, there's so much talk in the White House right now, or the White House, but in the Capitol Hill and Congress right now. Okay, there are so many legislators, especially Bernie Sanders, is pushing for a fourth stimulus package. Okay, to help more Americans. So if the U.S. U.S. Congress, U.S. government pushes more money out in the form of a stimulus check, that is going to really boost the economy. Okay, and we'll see the U.S. dollar really take off. So I know the long-term aspect of the U.S. dollar is to go up. So this week it should be dropping. Okay, until we get some more stimulus money. So I would probably look at sell only. So difficult to make the call, but I showed you here that the price is going to be going down. So I would probably more or less look to sell only. Okay, just to be safe. Moving on to USD Jpy. Yeah, pretty much a flat range of market here. Look at the 4 hour chart real quick. The 4 hour chart shows to go up. Daily shows to go down. And the weekly shows to go up, which has been showing for quite some time. So daily shows a drop, and it's been kind of slowly dropping. As you know, as you can see, it's been in a flat range of market for quite some time. So, and even here it's been moving sideways. So we're probably going to see a continuation of that. Okay. Right now we're at a strong level of support and it's showing to go up. Okay, 30 minutes shows to go up. is not repainted, so we can predict this to go up, but not too high, because it's, I don't know, it's running sideways. I bet you it's going to start going into a downtrend, okay, because the daily shows to go down, okay. I know the weekly shows to go, 4-hour shows to go up, but the daily shows to go down. So we're, like I said, we're riding sideways right now. Look at this, riding sideways with a slight uptrend, because we got a blue arrow, higher blue arrow, higher blue arrow. Where's the next blue arrow? Higher? I don't know. It didn't form here, so it could start going to a downtrend. Okay, it is very, very possible. If you look in the past, okay, past is always going to repeat itself. So we had here blue arrow, higher blue arrow, higher blue arrow. Then the next one was lower, lower, lower. Okay, lower, 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 higher, 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 lower, 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 like that. Okay, so like I said, based on the past, we're just trying to predict the future. No guarantees, no set in stone. Okay, this is Forex, kind of the wild, wild west. But I love Forex versus crypto, because this is regulated and more structured and controlled, whereas crypto not so much. Okay, crypto is extremely volatile. Okay, if you're trading it manually. Okay, but crypto is difficult to predict. Okay, even me, I cannot predict it. I can draw you trend lines and Fibonacci's, things like that. With crypto, same like Forex, none of that ever changes. But the fact that it's not regulated is the only problem with crypto, in as far as trading it and trying to predict it. Okay, because it could just spike up. You know, if somebody like Elon Musk tweets on Twitter, you see a price of Doge or something shoot up 10 times, you know, and it just, you don't see that in Forex, in the standard fiat world, okay, standard Forex world. So anyhow, I think, based on experience, see, we had all these blue arrows going up, all these blue arrows going down, all these blue arrows going up. So now we got all these blue arrows going back down. So I think, yes, this week we're going to start seeing a downtrend emerge. Right now, 30 minutes shows to buy, but I don't know. I just got this funny feeling with this USD Jpy. I would focus on selling only. Okay, you can both buy and sell, but I would probably focus on selling only. Okay, I think it's getting ready to go into a downtrend. If you look here at USD Cad, which is our last pair, and I'm so sorry I've been running my mouth so much, but I love talking to myself. Anyhow, we got here. Okay, look, price dropped back down. Okay, now we saw before we had a flat range of market with the last two. Now this one kind of dropped down some. Okay, it was running in a flat range of market and then just dropped, pulled back. Okay, and I say pull back because the long-term aspect is bullish. It should be going up. So anytime we had the price pulls in the opposite direction like that, it's called a pullback compared to what the long-term trend is. Oh, let me look here at the 4 hour real quick. Wait a minute. Sorry. If you look at the 4 hour chart, it shows to buy. Okay, so that's a good sign that we hit a strong support. If you look at the daily chart, however, it shows to sell, which is like, what's going to happen here? I don't know. Very, very interesting what's going to happen. So you see in the 4 hour where a strong support, strong signal to buy, and it probably will go up. But the fact that this is showing to sell on the daily is not a good sign. Okay, but the weekly shows to buy. So what's going to happen? The price will probably dip back down, and like I said, this one has been so unpredictable, this USD Cad. But we see right here, we got a support level right here. We got a support level here. Okay, I don't know how far is going to dip down. Go back here to the daily chart so you can see a little bit better. these different time frames are like zooming in and zooming out, so you get a better picture of the market. But if you look right here, okay, that's what I was showing you. There's a support here, there's a support there. Okay, and this will probably be the most likely spot where we're going to see a blue arrow form on a daily chart. If not, it would drop down to here. Okay, I don't know. It's like I said, I cannot predict this. Only thing I would do is suggest is put a buy limit, pin the order down here or somewhere right in here. Okay, put a buy limit and to catch this price when it goes back up, because we know the long-term aspect is bullish, that it will be going up, but the 4 hours shows the buy right now. So what's going to happen this week is I predict the price is going to go up some and then probably shoot down even more. Okay, if we look in the past, is it possible to have a blue arrow followed by a lower blue arrow with nothing in between? Yes, it is very, very possible. If you look here, blue arrow followed by a lower blue arrow, slightly lower, which could happen again. Okay, blue arrow followed by a lower. So yes, it is very, very, very possible. Am I saying that's going to happen? I don't know. I think it will. Okay, the daily shows the sell. So, and the higher the time frame, the stronger the signal. So yeah, I think the US dollar is going to be dropping this week. Okay, I just got that funny feeling. So if I was you, I would put your charts on a 30-minute time frame and look to sell only. Okay, just my best advice. Look to sell only. Okay, so anyhow, I'll go ahead and wrap this up. That will conclude my weekly trade predictions. If you have any questions at all about these predictions, or if you need me to analyze another currency pair, please feel free to hit me up on Facebook. I'll put a link below in the description of this Facebook for my personal Facebook. Please contact me on Facebook first. Okay, also I have a link for my private Facebook group. Okay, if you have not joined my Facebook group, please contact me, so that way I can get you added right away. Okay, and then you can post any questions or comments in my Facebook group, and then we can all have an open discussion about that as a team. Okay, that's the whole purpose to having that group. Okay, so with that said, I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. Just let me know how I can help you. Thank you so much.